In a lush valley divided by a wide, glistening river, two groups of animals lived on opposite shores. On the east side were the forest folk, squirrels, rabbits, deer, and owls. They were master builders, crafting intricate homes in the trees and burrows. On the west side were the Meadow Kin, foxes, hedgehogs, beavers, and birds. They were expert gatherers, harvesting the sweetest berries and the freshest grains. Despite living so close, the two groups never interacted. They believed they were too different to get along. One summer, a terrible storm swept through the valley. The wind howled, the rain poured, and when the skies cleared, both groups discovered that their usual food sources were ruined. The forest folk had plenty of sturdy homes but little to eat. The Meadow Kin had fields full of soggy berries but no shelter from the lingering rain. "We need food!" cried Ellie the squirrel, clutching her empty acorn basket. "We need shelter!" grumbled Finn the fox, his fur soaked from the storm. A small bird named Pip, who loved to flit between the two shores, had an idea. "Why don't we work together? The forest folk can help the Meadow Kin rebuild their homes, and the Meadow Kin can share their food." The idea caused an uproar. "Work with them?" asked Ellie, aghast. "They don't understand our ways." "Rely on them?" scoffed Finn. "We don't need their help." But as days passed, hunger gnawed at the forest folk, and the Meadow Kin grew weary of sleeping under the open sky. Reluctantly, they agreed to meet at the riverbank to discuss Pip's idea. The meeting was tense. The forest folk wanted to swim across the river to collect food, but they didn't know how to swim. The Meadow Kin wanted to climb trees for shelter, but they weren't skilled climbers. Arguments broke out until Pip chirped loudly, "Why not build a bridge?" The animals fell silent, considering the suggestion. "A bridge could connect us," said Ellie slowly. "But how would we build it?" "Together," said Pip. "Each of you has something to contribute." And so, the project began. The beavers from the Meadow Kin took the lead, cutting down sturdy logs and shaping them for the bridge's foundation. The squirrels and owls from the forest folk tied the logs together with vines and wove them into strong planks. Hedgehogs collected colorful flowers and grasses to decorate the bridge, and deer used their antlers to carry heavy loads. Foxes and rabbits worked side by side, digging secure holes to anchor the structure. At first, there were many disagreements. The squirrels thought the beavers' logs were too thick, and the beavers thought the squirrels' vines were too thin. But as days turned into weeks, the animals began to listen to each other's ideas. They discovered that combining their skills created something better than they could have made alone. One morning, as the sun rose, the animals added the final piece, a row of bright, rainbow-colored flowers that arched across the bridge. When the last flower was placed, sunlight hit the petals, casting a shimmering rainbow over the river. The animals cheered as they crossed the bridge for the first time. The forest folk shared their tools and building techniques, helping the Meadow Kin rebuild their homes. In return, the Meadow Kin shared their food and taught the forest folk how to plant crops in the forest soil. From that day on, the bridge became more than just a structure. It was a symbol of what they had achieved together. The forest folk and Meadow Kin began visiting each other regularly, sharing stories, meals, and celebrations. They realized that their differences made them stronger and that teamwork could overcome any challenge. As for Pip, the little bird who brought them together, he became known as the valley's peacemaker. Perched on the rainbow bridge, he often chirped to anyone who would listen. When we work together, we can build more than bridges, we can build friendships that last forever. And so, the valley thrived, united by the rainbow bridge and the animals who had learned the power of teamwork.